Okay, so this is, I feel really exciting because I get nervous about doing dovetails. I want to make really great dovetails, and I hate not being awesome at something. And this was kind of intimidating, mostly because I don't do them a lot. And so I feel like I fall out of practice. Um, and so I've got a system that I've pulled together. It includes wax. This is some canning wax. So what I do is I put this on my good Japanese pole saw. That's another ingredient. I put on both sides, partly to lubricate the blade. But here's the real star of the show. And I gotta say, the Cat's Moses guide block. I did have to soup it up with some self-adhesive sandpaper. I can't tell what grit it is. It's probably like 220, or maybe a little rougher. So what that does is it gives me a way to grip the guide along with holding onto the wood. So I've got my fingers back here holding it against the Japanese saw cuts on the pull. I'm going to throw on my bifocals so I can actually line this up. But I put the teeth right on my line. And the thing is that the guide takes the guesswork out of it for me entirely. The magnets pull it. I put my fingers down and kind of pull down on the sandpaper, and I just let the saw do the work. What you want is a nice, clean, smooth side on your tail. I like to call him a bird butt, bird tuchus, depending on where you're from. Fanny behind, do bird. So the angle on the Cat's Moses, if you've never seen one of these, you've got the angle, you've got the magnets set into here, and so you just put your saw against it, it sucks up, and it automatically lines up and does a beautiful job of tracking down. I cut another one. I started out trying to use my Veritas saw, which is a very comfortable saw to use. It's the Western style saw. It looks like that with the funny handle. Oops, sorry. It's got that funny handle, Veritas. I mean, it's a nice saw. I've done some work with it, but I am cutting hard maple. That's the other thing I should mention. The first thing I did was it kind of hiccuped, jumped around, and went from way over here to way over here, and then started to take off beautifully after digging in and scratched up my my tail here. It shot my bird in the fanny. And so I wasn't really happy with that. And so I switched to the Cat's Moses with the Japanese style saw. Again, you put it on the back because the force, you're pulling the saw towards you on the cut. So I'll do another one here. And so you can bring it up, get the saw kind of low, just get it level. So there's the shelf under here. Get it to sit flat. Get the back of the board nestled into the pocket in here. And then just kind of get the guide aligned. You don't want the saw on too high or it kind of doesn't let you line up. So you want it pretty close to the wood. Line it up, make sure I'm cutting the right part of the board. I'm going to scooch it over literally a hair. And then take your time. Like I said, cutting hard maple here. It's taking a little bit to get through it, but that's what happens when you're cutting something that's almost as hard as a rock. So I missed my line, but just a fraction. But I've got a really consistent tail cut. And so the cool thing about the guide is you'll see that the base, it's a 90-degree angle here, everything's square and all that. When you go cut the tails, so the receiving parts for these guys, you will put it on there and then the angle will compensate. It will give you the ratios down here. So that's my 6:1. I have I think the 8:1 for hardwoods, but I just do the 6:1 all the time. And so when I go to do the other boards, I just need to mark them, kind of get in the ballpark, and then this will take care of the accuracy portion of really dialing it in. So I could live dangerously and try to even shave that back just a hair. That's my OCD talking right there. So now I'm right at the line, which is where I want it to be. Was just taking it off. So last one here on this side, and you can see just how quick it is. Viola, or as they say in France, voila. So that's one side. It's pretty cool. Hope this is helping you. I'm going to do the other side. I'll do a little different angle so you can see me line it up a little better. Okay, so you can see that right on this guy, I overcut my line. There's the bottom of the triangle. I should have stopped before that. That's one thing about cutting these hand-cut dovetails. You don't really have to go that close. You want to do this part with a chisel. So there's no reason I needed to overshoot it that way, but I probably wasn't paying attention while I was talking on the video. So just so you can see it, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to set my blade up, check my alignment. I'm more excited about stopping and less excited about coming right up to the line. Cut number 2. We're still in frame here. The saw do the work. And yes, it's kind of an expensive little dude, but I, like so many YouTubers, I'm a big fan of this. From New Concepts. It is a teeny tiny scroll saw, jeweler's saw. You can get it in there, stay up from your line, or you will have a really ugly dovetail. And then it helps you clear out the waste very quickly. Just like that. So that's your side for cutting dovetails at an angle, if that's making sense. But you flip it around and it's a solid 90, and now you can come right up to the line for that shoulder there. And trim it, and it's perfect, or as close as perfect with wood gets. So I guess if you want to see it again, this is how fast it is. You want to make sure you have enough height to where you can do the post. I guess you could always trim it off, you know, half an inch if you want. You don't need as much as they give you probably, but I like seeing the bottom say 6-1. Boom, just like that. So that is hard maple, and the saw is just buzzing through it. And let's see if we can get a close up. That is a nice, clean, consistent cut. I hate having to go in there and trim and pare, because pretty soon you have kind of a wobble in your dovetail, and it really does look like a bunch of feathers instead of a nice, smooth, geometric shape. So, all right, if you appreciate this, please like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, I'm always doing more. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.